Alright, this will be my video about radicals. We're going to try to find the simplest radical form in this video, and that's nothing crazy. It's not like you're solving an equation or anything. You're just trying to narrow it down, like simplify something. So I've got two examples here. These are separate, by the way. I've got square root of 32 and square root of 45. So let's just look at square root of 32 first. So there are different strategies to go about getting the simplest radical form, but I'm going to show you the way I think about it and then another way to do it. So the way I like to think about it is, first of all, this means square root. So what is 32? What do we know about 32? 32 is 16 times 2. That's what I think about when I think 32. It's 16 times 2. So what else can we simplify that down to? Well, we know 16 is 4 times 4. So we got 4 times 4 times 2. And what do we know about square root now? Square root is when you have something multiplied by itself, you can get rid of the square root. So like if it's square root of x squared, then now just be x, because we're taking x times x and we're like reversing that, and now you just got x. So you can do the same thing, but with multiple spots in it. So 4 times 2, since we're repeating the 4's, we have two 4's multiplied by each other, we can take that out. So our final answer is actually going to be 4 square root 2. So I hope you understand how I got that, but another way to think about it is basically kill off half of it, or not really half of it, but get rid of one of the square root sides and then move the other one to the outside. So that's one way to think about it. But I can show you this another example for the square root of 45. So we're gonna have the square root again, and what do we know about 45? Well, it's 9 times 5. You can get that just from your multiplication tables. But 9 times 5, a property of square roots is when you have something multiplied, you can separate it into two separate parts. So we've got the square root of 9 times the square root of 5. When you got that multiplication, you can separate it like that. And we know that the square root of 9 is 3. So the final answer of this is going to be 3 times the square root of 5, which is the same thing as just square root of 3 square root of 5. So just making sure you know that 4 square root 2 means 4 times the square root of 2. So that's all for simplest radical form. I'm just going to show you one more quick thing that I like to do to check my answer. What I always think is, what is 4, the thing on the outside, what is 4 squared? 4 squared is 16, right? So I put 16 in the middle and then multiply it by what it is. And that's kind of hard to explain, but basically the way I think about it is 4 squared times 2. And 4 squared is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. So these are the same thing right here. These are the same thing. We just simplified it down. And I just use that to check. And you could do the same here. I just think, what's 3 squared times 5? 3 squared is 9. 9 times 5 is 45. So we check it and we get square root of 45. So they're the same exact thing. And yeah, that's our final answer. 3 square root 5 and 4 square root 2 up there. I hope you understand how simplest radical form works now, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.